You know, the gangbangers that you deal with, they think that they're ruthless. They have no idea how ruthless we are. They think they're tough. They have no idea how tough we are. They think that they're hardcore. We are so much more hardcore than they are.
Remember the other day when I did the video about Stephen Miller possibly being president of the United States, that he is clearly in charge of the State Department. He is clearly in charge of the Department of Justice. He is clearly in charge of Homeland Security. Well, it appears he's also in charge of the Defense Department, the War Department. He's also Pete Hegseth's boss. Pete Hegseth and Pam Bondi and Stephen Miller were on a trip yesterday to Memphis, where Stephen Miller got all the airtime, got all the speech time, explaining to the cops there that they're going to have the Department of War at their disposal. Explaining that the Department of Justice will be at their behest. While Pam Bondi stands in the wings, being directed to do what her job is, according to Donald Trump, according to Stephen Miller. Pete Hegseth stands there obediently while Stephen Miller gives the ground rules for what's going to be happening. Talking about gangbangers, talking about brutality, taking off the cuffs of the cops so you can do whatever you want. I have two clips. The first one is a brief moment from MSNBC. Watch this, and then the anchor will come out of it and give you a little bit of context, and then we'll move on to the second.
The guns and badges in this room, you are unleashed. The handcuffs that you're carrying, they're not on you anymore. They're on the criminals. And whatever you need to get it done, we're going to get it done. We are about to provide you with a level of support you cannot even imagine. This isn't just a task force. This is a all-of-government unlimited support operation. ATF, DEA, FBI, ICE, Department of War, every resource we have. And they're not going to be sitting behind a desk at a keyboard. We are sending in real cops with guns and badges to go out with you on the street every single night making arrests.
That was White House Deputy Chief of Staff Stephen Miller speaking to law enforcement in Memphis, Tennessee yesterday, telling them they can do whatever they need to do to fight crime there. Attorney General Pam Bondi and Defense Secretary Pete Hegseth were also there just days after a task force ordered by President Trump started operating in the city. The Memphis police chief said on Tuesday that National Guard troops are expected to arrive in the city within the next 2 weeks.
Stephen Miller is unelected. Stephen Miller is unappointed. He was not put in a position of authority to be making calls like this. The people who have that authority were appointed by, nominated by the President of the United States, and then confirmed by the Senate, the advice and consent of the Senate. It's a constitutional process that has been outlined since our founding. Stephen Miller has no authority to do this. But because Pete Hegseth is a simpering coward and a follower, not a leader of men like he would have you believe, he sits in the wayside. Oh, tell him what I have to do, Stephen. Yes, sir. Yes, sir, Stephen. Pam Bondi, same deal. Stands there, hands clasped. Yes, boss. You tell them. I will follow orders. They're not leaders. They are followers. It got worse with Stephen Miller talking about how the gangbangers might be ruthless, but you're going to be more ruthless. We're more ruthless than them. They might be killers. We're bigger killers. We're greater killers than them. Maybe not a quote, certainly an accurate paraphrase. Watch this.
The idea that there is a square inch of block in this city where a citizen doesn't feel safe is unacceptable. This is Memphis. This is the United States of America, and all that bullshit is done. It's over. It's finished. You know, the gangbangers that you deal with, they think that they're ruthless. they have no idea how ruthless we are. They think they're tough. They have no idea how tough we are. They think that they're hardcore. We are so much more hardcore than they are. And we have the entire weight of the United States government behind us. What do they have? They have nothing behind them. So we are going to win. They are going to lose. We are going to rescue Memphis. And it will not only be safer than ever before, but businesses and investment are going to pour in, and Memphis will be richer than ever before because President Trump has decided this is a priority. And when President Trump makes a decision, this team behind me today executes. Thank you, and God bless.
This is a representative of the President of the United States, and by virtue of that, I guess, of the country, explaining how ruthless the federal government, the armed agents of the state will be. The same... Oh, wait, this is masked Nazis. Sorry, it's so easy to get them confused. Saying that these individuals will be ruthless. That seems antithetical and contrary to the guidance, to the restrictions placed on the government to protect your liberties and those who reside in this country who are not citizens. This document, after all, also protects them. Does this provide for ruthlessness? Or are there specific amendments in this document that restrict the behavior, the procedural behavior, the law enforcement behavior of cops that make cruel and unusual punishment illegal, unconstitutional? It makes ruthlessness unconstitutional. Yet here he is using a hard G even on gangbanger, talking about how ruthless they will be, how merciless they will be, how violent they will be. Proudly. All that's missing here is like rousing, weird, thunderous Nazi music behind him. All that's missing here is him throwing up the Sieg Heil. Because this is what this is normalizing fascism, is what this is. Stephen Miller is the worst of the worst. He is the brain trust of these fascists. And he's been given unconstitutional outside power to control the State Department, the Homeland Security Department, the Department of Justice. What else? The Defense Department now. Disgusting. Troubling. And the media and everybody else just going on with their day. Am I going to be the only one who talks about this moment in this way? Who calls this what it is? I hope not. I hope not. Anyway, make sure you're subscribed to this channel for as long as I have it before I'm completely silenced by YouTube and Mark Zuckerberg over on Facebook and wherever else I can think to put this content. Make sure you're subscribed. Make sure you like and follow. If you want to sound off and contribute to this conversation, you can do so in the comments wherever you're watching the video. You can also call the voicemail line 714-576-4054. And of course, as always, you can email me daily@dollemore.com. I love and appreciate you very much. Please consider supporting this work financially for $2 a month. That's all it takes. You can become a channel member on YouTube by clicking the join button on the channel or below the video. Or even better, you can go over to patreon.com/IDoubtItPodcast and help support this work over there. I love and appreciate you very much. I will see you next time. And until then, as always, be genuine and take care of one another.